if you want to launch a new product, I mean, it doesn't have to be so go through a lot of whole process and all of that and then launch it. Like, you want to launch a product, there's that platform that you can go every quarter. So if you're building something new every quarter, you can go there and launch it. That was basically what we set out to do.
Our first one Friday, that was where like a private company we adore seeing. We have seen all their signboards in a lot of places, and there was an official diplomatic reason why they failed, and we accepted it. But the founder was there to share the real story, and I was like, oh wow,
like we told him to share.
Yes, we didn't even ask you.
He willingly did.
Willingly did
Wow.
it. Willingly did
That's
it.
like one of the highlights for that edition. Like,
Stating AI in pitch decks, game changer or just vibes?
Game changer.
Game changer. Okay, so Yao, pitching with AI generated decks, game changer or just vibes?
vibes.
It's just vibes. Why?
Get the designer to design a thing.
So one of the ways to stay relevant in the tech ecosystem is always staying updated. And right here on Building Bytes, that's what we do for you. Also on Building Bytes, we tell you relevant stories in the tech ecosystem that drives innovation and fuels growth. And if you're tuning in for the first time, this season is specially called Ghana Tech to the World, where we are showcasing Ghanaian talent on the global stage. And a big shout out to Hubtel Academy, because this podcast is proudly brought to you with support in production from the Hubtel Academy. Yeah. Now let me talk about this episode. This episode is a special one, and it's an exciting one because it is titled A Year of Demo Fridays. It's exciting, and we are going to get into all the conversation as to why it's exciting and why we've titled it A Year of Demo Fridays. My name is Yare Kiofori, and you're welcome to Building Bytes. So before we get into the exciting conversation, let's get all the updates in tech from Yao.
Yeah. So today on What Happened in Tech, we are looking at 3 main stories. The first one is from WhatsApp. We don't usually do global stories, but this really affects almost everyone. So WhatsApp is bringing ads to your phone.
Yeah.
And it's going to play in a very unique way. So what they are planning to do is the ads is going to be in your stories. So probably maybe you watch 5 stories, you view an ad.
Yep.
I don't know what you guys think about this.
Yeah, I think it's not a new thing. Thank God Spotify did it. We are not happy with it, but free users were happy. So as long as free users are happy, we can still exploit. Just that it's going to feel weird a bit, knowing that those times you could just scroll through a number of status at a time. Maybe for every 30 seconds, you now have to watch another 15-second or 30-second ad. I don't know. It's going to feel some way, but in another sense, I'm happy because who knows? There could be another messaging app that will not provide ads, and we want to move to there, or we adopt that too. So
you actually think there's another messaging app that can come and take over WhatsApp?
Yeah, I think. No,
Telegram is already there.
I don't feel it that Telegram is Telegram is the next alternative to WhatsApp. But I feel like if WhatsApp starts ad, another kind of messenger will come. Maybe with AI, it will be totally different. I just feel that coming up. I don't know who is working on it.
The chances are there, and I also think how we interact with apps.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to change.
Yes.
From AI and stuff it's going to change. The next 2 to 3 years. How we interact with mobile apps is changing automatically. It's going on a different round. Probably maybe there could be, but I mean, they are promising privacy. Although the ads are coming. They are not giving your numbers
it's not the privacy
to the advertisers. They're not giving your
as far as they're reaching us, I mean, they're getting us. I don't think it's privacy. But I feel it's going to be an Instagram, Snapchat encounter. Yes, I just feel it. I don't know who is going to do it, but I have that feeling it's going to happen. If they start this ad thing, it will happen.
Okay, let's see how it goes.
Cool. So moving on to the next story. There's a big one coming from BOG. So they are putting in guidelines to help crack down abuse of digital lending. I think we've done stories on digital lending a while back. It's a big issue here in Ghana that people who have not even taken loans are being chased after to pay for loans which they've not taken. So they're putting together a number of guidelines. The first one is to ensure that all institutions who lend are properly obtain license from Bank of Ghana, which I think most of them already have that.
Yes.
And for those who don't have that, they know that they don't have it, and
Yep.
they don't really care, right? And the second one is that lenders would have to disclose their terms and conditions, including interest rates, fees, make it as transparent as possible,
Yeah.
so that they don't hide default rates and things like that
Yeah.
in places that most consumers will miss. And then the third one is that guidelines to demand full compliance with data protection law, also so that, I mean, someone is not cursing at you on WhatsApp for not paying your
Or contacting your family members.
things like that. And then the fourth one is ban on harassment and intimidation and public shaming for loan recovery. I don't know what you guys think about this direction from BOG. These 4 key guidelines from BOG.
Your thoughts?
I feel like lending is becoming lucrative, basically.
Yeah.
So more people are tempted to get in. And for that matter, it will be necessary for BOG to come in and, I mean, help people, or guide people on it. But sometimes I also wonder if there's already a demand for a thing, and people are not even caring about like regulation and all that, then they're okay with somebody chasing them. Then what more can BOG do? So that is like another thing. But in terms of from their side of work as a regulator, I think it's the best step they could take. And
But
yeah.
hopefully this curbs the chasing of people and all of that.
Does it solve it?
No, maybe not entirely,
So
but
my take might be a little bit controversial. I think they are dancing around the issue.
they are.
They are
Yes.
dancing around the issue. So if you go on a platform like iOS,
Yeah.
you will barely see a fraudulent loan app on iOS.
Yeah.
Most of the fraudulent loan apps operate on
Android.
Android, which is like you can easily like claim them.
Yeah.
Just work with Google.
And-
I ensure that every app that gets approved
It's listed.
is-
Or anyone that
yes.
wants to be approved must submit
come
something
through
with
your-
a yeah.
So that's like the main issue.
Yeah.
But I mean, releasing the guidelines, the guys will still do it.
Yeah.
And those who are still taking money, they'll still do it right. The last story for this edition is, so Tech in Ghana hosted their London event.
Yep.
It was a big one. It brought
Nice.
the ecosystem together in London.
Yeah.
I think it's worth highlighting.
Yeah.
The number of startups that demoed in quotes. I think Farmerline was
That showed
there.
up.
Workspace was there. Kofa was there.
Yeah.
Mest was there.
Okay.
Build the company. Julian's Build was there.
Yep.
Oh,
And then one other company was also there. So I think you see pictures from the event here on the screen. It was a good one, putting Ghana
On the map,
out there
yeah.
to the world.
Yeah.
Over to you.
And they've done it successfully for a long time now. So
Yeah.
big shout out to Akosia Anobo for that.
Yeah. Awesome.
So now we are going into the conversation, and as I said, it's going to be an exciting one. These faces are not new to you, and even though they are team members of the
Are
Building
we not
Bytes-
supposed to be the one to tell you this? How can you can't see?
No,
say,
even
you're
though
welcome.
you're my
Definitely.
guest. No, you're my guest
Okay.
today. No,
All
you
right.
are my guest today. So they are not new to you, but they are going to be the guest, and that's how we are going to keep it to the end of the episode.
Yeah.
So I'll give you guys the floor to introduce yourselves, and
Yeah.
then we go into the
I
conversation.
think before we do that,
As a guest, speak like a guest.
Speak like a guest.
No, I'm not in the guest
You're
seat.
a
Okay.
guest.
so before we
Guest.
get into the guest seat,
Yeah.
you'll be our guest. Before I get into the guest seat.
Yeah.
So, as she said, and like familiar, we are familiar faces.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know us. You know I'm Yao.
Yeah.
You know Caleb.
Yep.
And so.
You know I'm Yayua.
Yeah. You're wondering who's here. Yeah.
Yeah, the tech ecosystem.
Yeah.
The space is not a new
Definitely.
one. I think we just want to do a brief introduction.
Yeah.
Like introduce you to the audience before we get into the discussion.
Chill.
So Yara is joining us as a host. Host of Building Bytes, bringing in a lot more diverse opinion,
Yeah.
challenging
Yes.
what we think is right and what what we think
Insightful.
is
Like
wrong.
having us as guests.
yeah, having us as guests.
Yes, very diverse.
Maybe I just asked one question.
Okay.
You're putting me on the
yeah,
he's putting me on the
Yeah,
spot.
who interviews
Okay.
the interviewer? So that's why we're starting the conversation.
How do you feel about joining the team, and then what are you looking forward to? before we get into-
So first off, I'm glad to be part of the team, and even in like prior conversations, I spoke about how what Building Bytes is doing is amazing,
Yeah.
and this podcast is really insightful. And I mean, even in Ghana, we don't have a lot of such
Yeah.
happening. So to take this on and have frequent updates and. At first, I even thought it was just a podcast. I thought it was like just a podcast thing. But then there's a whole vision, a whole vision on its own. So, I mean, I kept hearing one thing to another. Building Bytes is doing this. So it's not just the podcast. And I mean, I'm excited to be part of this team and definitely put my best foot forward to contribute as best as I can. So thank you very much.
Great. So, welcome to the team. I'm
Thank
sure
you.
some of the fans will also read the comments, leaving you some notes here.
Yep.
Thank you very
Over to you.
much.
We can
Now
be
I
our
can
guest.
take
Yeah,
over.
now you
Yes.
can take over. Yeah.
Okay, so as I said, this episode, a special one, is titled A Year of Demo Fridays, and we are going to go into that conversation. I know you're excited.
Yeah, super.
You've come far. A year is not a joke.
Yeah, super.
It's not, you should be
How
proud.
to stay alive in 12 months.
Yes,
you can
we
write
should,
that
be, we
book
should
now.
be proud about this
Yeah.
feat. So now I'm starting from you, Yao. Let's talk about Demo Friday. How did it even come about? Where did it start from? Let's begin from there.
I just thought I had prepared, but so the idea basically was to do. It's really we really set out to like solve a problem, right? So there are a lot of things happening, and there are a lot of like. If it, even up to today, we've done the podcast for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Still, if you talk to people, they'll be like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know the new product that's launching. I don't know where to like see product
Yeah.
that's coming out from the ecosystem. And we set out to do that, like create a platform.
Yeah.
If you want to launch a new product, I mean, it doesn't have to be so go through a lot of whole process and all of that, and then launch it. Like, if you want to launch a product, there's that platform that you can go every quarter. So if you're doing something new every quarter, you can go there and launch it. That was basically what we set out to do. And I think later on, the fact that having more organic conversations, right? So I think before we did that on the podcast, we're only hosting one guest at a time,
Yeah.
and then limits what you can talk about and how expansive the conversation. But then when we did Demo Fridays, we brought 3 guests that we had hosted, and then it was a very interesting conversation
Nice.
from various perspectives and things like that. So that's basically why we set out to do Demo Fridays.
Okay, so the aim was to solve that problem where people don't know what's going on or what new product is out there.
Yeah.
So hitting this milestone of 1 year, would you say you are solving that problem? How far with that?
Maybe Caleb will talk about that. And
Sure. So Caleb, over to you.
I think we've made progress. We've made progress from where we started. I mean, now imagine that like every quarter someone is looking forward to Demo Fridays.
That's
If
great.
someone told us like we could do that in a year, I mean, knowing the limited resource, the limited network, I mean, and all that, we would have found it difficult to believe. But in just a year, or over a year, in just a year.
It's not over a year.
It's not over a
It's
year.
a
I mean,
year,
in
you're
just,
marking it.
in just a year.
It's technically not a year yet.
It's not even a year. It's not even a year.
Like 28,
about to be a year.
28 June.
Yes.
In about to be a
About to
year.
be
It's interesting. Like you prepare for Demo Friday, and you already have like people coming in preparing. I
And
mean,
that's
there've been
great.
situations where people visit places before the actual dates, and you hear they're like, "Oh, really? Yeah." I mean,
It happened twice. Let me just. So the second Demo Friday we did in ALS.
yeah.
So on the week before, we had a call from ALX that there's a car, there's a V8 downstairs coming
Yeah.
for Demo Fridays, and we told them it's not today, and
Yep.
they left. And then when we did Takoradi too. The Friday before the event, we hosted a live show on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And people confused it to be the actual event.
The
at Biapa.
event.
Yeah.
And then we had a call from the operations manager at Biapa that, yeah, people are here.
Yeah.
What's happening?
That's
What should I tell
exciting.
them? Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's interesting the demand we've got. I think I don't know whether it's interesting or funny or whatever. Like when you find product market fit, you know you have found it. Maybe our startups have not been that way, but Building Bytes really shows like what like product market fit means. When the partners are eager to come on, when audience are eager to join, when startups want to pitch, like when you're caught up between choosing 3 people out of 5 or 7 people, and they have amazing products which can stand for, I mean, all the opportunity. When all of a sudden, I mean, you go out and everybody sees like, that's like the Building Bytes team. Like these guys are the ones doing. It's humbling. It's amazing. But I think we are glad we just started.
Yes,
and that's,
because honestly, hearing these stories is that's beautiful.
Very,
and should be happy about it and proud about it, because now it's not like it's just something that you have to, even though yes, we have to keep pushing and marketing, but the awareness is there. People look forward to it. People want to patron. People want to attend. So that's amazing. Congratulations to the team. Now that I'm a part of it. Congratulations to us. So yes, at what point? I mean, you've spoken about the fact that now people were asking you, people are looking forward to it. At what point did you realize that this is more than an event? This like a big thing we've started. At what point did that hit you and the team?
I think maybe for me, it will be, I think, our second one. Because the first one actually we were caught up. We felt it was too short to do because we had like a month or something. Felt it was too short to do. Maybe you can tell that story. Tell that story maybe.
So,
Okay.
we came up with the idea in May. In May, I've forgotten the date, but I think it was like either mid-May.
Yeah.
And at the time, it was just 3 of us.
Yeah.
And we were deliberating, so I'm a planning freak. Like, I want things to be perfect.
Yeah.
So I felt like the time was too short.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's not realistic.
Yep.
That's what I was saying. I think Poga was of the same view as well. But this man says,
We should make it happen.
we should do it. So we ended up doing that. It was very short. And from internally, we felt like we did a shoddy job.
Yeah.
We felt like we did a shoddy
Yeah.
job. But
The
people who
feedback.
came to the event saw a totally
different
different
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was very exciting. It was very...
Yeah.
On the day when I entered the room, and I mean, people were standing. I mean, chairs were full.
Yeah,
People
chairs
were
were
standing
full. The first day.
wow.
Yeah, first
People
time, yeah.
came, people actually came to experience this.
Yeah.
It felt fulfilling, right?
Yeah. And even after, I think one of the amazing things is after, I mean, you are closing around 9 p.m. and beyond, and you'll be amazed, like people are still around, like having conversations, like, you thought maybe you are late, people should be leaving and walking out.
I can imagine how the team felt, because looking at something that you almost didn't happen, like it didn't happen.
I think it was just like nice. We were just happy, like it happened, and people enjoyed it. It was just a feeling like
Nice. Let's. I want you to highlight a lesson here. I mean, this is a journey you've started.
Yeah.
This is something we are building as a team.
Yeah.
What lesson stands out for you, looking at you almost canceling such an event and looking at how far you've come? Like you're almost clocking 1 year.
Yeah.
What lesson stands out for you as like team members of Building Bytes and founders of Building Bytes?
For me, to be
Just one.
Charlie, don't overthink things.
Yeah.
Right?
I like that. I like
don't
that.
really. It's an easy thing to say.
Yeah.
It's not an
not easy to do.
easy thing to do, right? But
In the long
I
run,
mean,
it's fulfilling.
I don't really overthink things,
Yeah.
right? If you get it right, you get it right. If you
Yeah.
don't, you don't.
Yeah.
But chances are you get it right.
Yeah.
Chances are you get it right. So like, don't.
I mean, even
And
if
you
you
learn.
don't, even if
And
you
you learn
don't,
from
it's your
it.
first time.
Yeah, you learn
like,
from it.
nobody knows what happened. Nobody knows what happened. Nobody has anything to even compare to.
Compare
It's just,
it to, right.
it's just the first
Don't
time.
overthink.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a new initiative that no one has really done it
Yeah.
before, right? I mean, there isn't really like something to compare it to, as
Yep.
you are saying, right?
Yep.
Oh.
So right now, if someone is to come up to do demo Fridays,
Yeah.
a demo Friday, there's something to
Let's
compare.
compare. Yeah.
Like, you have to be better than us.
Yeah.
Which most likely, chances are you
Because
can't.
you keep pushing.
You can't
Yeah,
do it.
yes.
Yeah.
You can't do it. But if it's something new, I mean,
Yeah.
you get it. You don't really overthink it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nice. I mean, I love that lesson. Now, let's come to the talents you've uncovered as a result of Demo Fridays.
Yep.
I mean, it's one of the problems you are solving. And in what ways has Demo Fridays so far uncovered talents in tech ecosystem, in Ghana's tech ecosystem?
I think for me, people even who thought maybe they were not that talented, because obviously in all their building, in all their learning, it was all indoors. And now you get to meet people out, you get to compare learning outdoor, it, show it, and realize that, oh, I'm not really bad like that. Like, I'm not. I mean, I'm not bad like that. So for that reason, you get to showcase yourself. It's arguable, but I can believe it that now some of the people who even make like good cases even on Twitter and all that, especially tech Twitter and tech communities, most of them have some relationship to with Building Bytes. Some got to have, I think they got to have that courage in meeting some of their people, because sometimes maybe you know some senior developer, but you've not met the person, you've not seen how the person, but then at Building Bytes, Demo Fridays, you meet the person like, oh, this is how the person, like this is what the person is doing.
Yeah.
I'm not that bad. Then in that case, you start like also sharing your work, sharing your voice. I think one of the things Demo Fridays have unlocked is the ability to share and put your stuff out or put yourself out, because you realize that there's no reason hiding. People are demoing products every weekend. I mean, every quarter. Yeah. And for me, one of the interesting things is having people sign up every quarter. Because you think, oh, if they've watched first quarter or second quarter, maybe they will just miss this one.
But they are
still around.
They are
like,
present.
They are still present. Like somebody tells you that, I've been at all your demo Fridays, like, wow. I mean, you like it to attend and never get bored at it that much. Yeah, so it's amazing. I don't know. The talent, you want to say anything?
So, mine might not be talent, but I mean the conversations that we started, right?
Yeah.
So I can still like picture the room in our first panel, like picture the laughter, picture people like bare facts and bare insights being broadcasted, and you feel like, okay, this is how the thing is. Yep. I feel like we've really like helped with having those relevant conversations. Like, there's some conversations that, I mean, it won't happen on Twitter space. Yeah, it won't happen on the radio station.
Even failures. Our first Demo Friday, that was where like a private company we adore seen. We have seen all their signboards in a lot of places, and there was an official diplomatic reason why they failed. Yeah. And we accepted it. But the founder was there to share the real story. And I was like, oh wow.
Like we told him to share.
Yes, we didn't even ask you.
He willingly did.
Willingly did
wow.
it. Willingly did
That's
it.
like one of the highlights for that edition. Like, and like it was like bare fat. Right?
Yeah.
And like if you put probably if you put me on a podcast, you might not see that.
Yeah, you might not. Yeah, definitely. You might not see that.
Yeah. But that's
it was very organic, very organic.
Yeah. And I believe that's what Building Bytes seek to do.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. So talking about highlights of Demo Fridays. I mean, I know you've not done it in just one region.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that journey. Let's talk about the regions, and then we talk about which one stood out for you in the region in terms of energy, in terms of patronage, in terms of turnout. So I want Caleb to take the regions that you've had Demo Fridays, and you take us to the one that stood out for you.
Yeah. So for regions, I mean, she's saying regions like a lot of regions.
Yes.
Yeah, we've been and interesting. We've been getting pulled to other regions. Like people are asking, when are you coming to this region? When are you coming to that region?
I spoke to someone yesterday. The person is asking, when are we coming to Tamale?
Yeah, like people ask, like when are you coming here?
When are you coming to Bono? When are you coming to Kumasi?
One is more than one region. It's regions.
Yes, it's regions.
So let's go.
Yeah, so we've done Western and Greater Accra. I think Greater Accra had like 3 or 4 already.
Okay.
But Western had their first one, and it was nice. Like, I don't want to go into the experience, but it was just fun. You can talk about the experience.
So Takoradi was fun. It was fun for me, right? And I think it was fun for the team also. So I was a little bit scared, honestly. Like, I'll be frank. I was a little bit
when
scared.
planning and all.
Yeah, when planning. No, on the day it was 6 o'clock, and I was sitting at the registration desk with one volunteer. Yeah. He had demoed in Accra in March.
And he joined us.
In March.
Yeah.
And he joined us in Takoradi to go and volunteer.
Yeah.
So I was there 6 o'clock. Telling why the people, why would they come?
Yeah.
And the CEO of the Accra was equally worried as well.
Yeah.
So he was telling his staff not to leave. No one should leave the stadium. So for me, I felt like, the thing is not going to happen. Like,
you had already closed your mind?
Yeah, like, my hopes were in
You didn't want to be disappointed too much.
I was going like, people are coming. Coming. Enter the room. Everywhere is full.
Oh, wow.
Everywhere is full. Like, had a lot of people coming in.
Parking extra chairs, standing at the back.
So we were parking the chairs. The people at the Japan had given us extra chairs. Yeah. Which they wanted us to put it outside.
Yeah.
But he said we should put them here, and people will come.
And we'll feel it.
Yeah. So, I mean...
It's like Caleb is man of faith. You are working with
we have to. we had to make like we had to work, and that's it. Like he had to work.
It had-
That's
no
why he
matter what,
he had to
work.
work. There was something good about it.
I like
But
that.
at the end of the day, we had a lot of people like coming in.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
End of the event, positive feedback.
People are not leaving.
Like, people are not leaving.
We were standing there to like
Wow,
they had to they want to lock the gate,
the
so we had
lights
to
off
put
before
the lights
people
off and
Wow.
When people leave. And one feedback that I got that really got me excited was from the CEO of the APA.
yeah.
So he was very excited.
Yeah.
Like very
Wow.
excited. You got this turnout.
Yeah.
He was asking me, what's the next step? We have to let the energy die down. So we're going back to Takoradi before the
What's
year.
my
Yeah.
next question? I'm glad you touched on it. I'm glad
We're
you.
going back to Takoradi
So they
before
should
the
look forward to
year.
it.
Yeah, we're going back to Takoradi for the year. So
Nice.
we've gotten a very good partner in the CEO of the APA, in
Yeah.
the APA
Nice,
community.
nice.
They really enjoyed it and they really had a lot of fun.
I mean, and the interesting thing about Takoradi, I mean, Accra people amazing. Accra is amazing. Just sharing a little light on Takoradi. Don't get jealous. So, I mean, for Takoradi, after the event had closed, we had chat. They had to turn off lights and close the gate. Around 10 p.m. there, we go to a restaurant and we finally meet one of the panelists there, and we continue the conversation
The conversation
from like
is-
10 to 12, close to like 12 a.m.
Oh wow! Oh
Like
wow.
in fact, the reason why we left the restaurant was because they also were closing their doors. So it was like we were eating a thing. They're like,
You
oh,
go
they have to
another
close.
restaurant.
Just,
So you continue the
it
conversation
was-
there.
it was-
We'll leave
it
a
was-
picture with
it was so good. It was so good. Like you just felt the industry, the Ghanaian tech, digital ecosystem needs that freedom, that liberty to share, to collaborate. I think as we break these walls of isolation and somebody
communities in communities.
yeah, communities in communities, cliques and all that. I feel the ecosystem will get better. People can now share without worrying or bothering about where they are, whatever they are.
Yes,
And it
yes.
could help even businesses become better, products become better, customers find out that there's some true love to the things we are doing. And I know we have something in the pipeline to push that even to a bigger stage. And I can't wait for some of those things to come to come to
One,
pass.
said it.
one fun fact
I
about
said
the
it's not just podcast. We're coming up with something new again.
one fun fact about the Takoradi trip is, so usually when we do Accra, we have like, if you have like 100 people registering, a very roughly like 50% of them will
ratio,
show up.
yeah.
Yeah.
But in Takoradi, we had like, let's say 100 people came, 100 people registered. We had like 70 people showing up.
Wow.
That's like
Yeah.
the best we've
Really
had.
Yeah.
We had,
Yeah.
with the
Registration
exception
to
of the
attendance.
first edition that we had to bounce people because
Oh, I've been talking about bounce. So one of our current like volunteers, I remember that was the first edition. We opened up
In Accra.
In Accra, it was at Mest. So
Okay.
we opened up people applying and all that. Then at a point we said, okay, we have to now screen.
Put a cut.
Yeah, put a cut on it and now screen people and select them. Then I go to Twitter and one lady has posted that I've applied and I've not gotten in. She made like a point like that. And I think what happened was that she referred someone to apply. And the person got in. So I came to tell the guys on the page that, Charlie, somebody said she has applied, she didn't get to them.
And someone she has rather
yeah, so I
referred
think we
to
DM'd her, found her contact, and approved her to join. And that day, she came in like she was excited. And like it was nice seeing that. I mean, she, even before she was accepted, she referred it.
Yes,
And
yes.
she loved it. I mean, now she's joined us as volunteer.
She hosted the
the last
last edition in Accra.
edition in
Oh,
Accra.
nice,
Like, it was,
nice,
it was fun.
nice,
It was fun.
I mean, I'm
people know it.
personally excited hearing all these stories
Yeah.
because it even makes the upcoming one even more
Yeah,
exciting,
yeah.
knowing that it's been a journey.
Yeah.
Even how you started, because you almost not like had the event and it happened. So I'm really, really excited about this. So what I would want to ask is, what do you see Demo Fridays going to? Like, let's take 2026. What should we look forward to when we say Demo Fridays? I mean, we are clocking 1 year in a few weeks or few days.
Yeah.
Let's look into the future of Demo Fridays. What does 2026 look like for Demo Fridays? I mean, any of you
Yeah,
can
I
take
think
it.
mine will be clear. I think Demo Friday is getting towards a place where you don't just get your first audiences, your first community of like the people who are ready to share their open and clear feedback with you. But I'm going to get people that after they have spoken, they'll say, okay, take this 1K, 5K, 20K, do this. I believe we are getting to that space where even that it just doesn't become individuals investing. It becomes like another community again investing. So
In each other.
if now, yes, you come and present a product or demo a product,
Yes, people
you get
investing-
somebody investing in
investing
you.
into it.
And who knows, they are even founders as well. So they are building with you. We are just, it becomes a place where now every product is supposed to succeed. So it's like you want to present them, because when you present
You're
at Demo
part of
Fridays,
it.
you're part of it.
Yes.
You are just on your way to that next place. And I think for me, that's like the clear path I see happening soon. I don't know whether 2026 or 2025, but I see it happening soon.
But so before you come in, you mentioned that you were going to Takoradi this year.
Yeah.
Apart from Takoradi, are you going to any other region? I mean, Greater Accra,
Yeah.
Takoradi aside.
We are doing Kumasi second half of this year.
Oh, okay,
And there might be
okay,
a wild
okay.
card. Depending on a few things, there might be a wild
Nice.
card.
Wow.
We'll not mention it, but there might be a wild card outside of Kumasi.
Yeah.
and going back to Takoradi.
Oh, that's great. That's so. We should look forward to it. Not just Takoradi, not just Accra. We are
Yeah.
coming to Kumasi too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So now let's see. How does 2026 look like?
So when we went to Takoradi, I mean, there are a lot of things that we learned, but one key thing that I learned is a demo Friday in Accra and a demo Friday in Takoradi are not the two. They are not
the
both
same.
they're not the same demo Fridays because both markets have different needs.
Yeah.
Right. So a market like Accra, you have a lot of people building.
Yep.
A lot of people eager to demo.
Yeah.
Even before we open call for demo teams, like people are hitting us up.
Yeah.
I built something, I want to demo,
Yeah.
things like that.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And in a market like Takoradi, we might not have that.
Yeah.
So it means a demo Friday in Takoradi has to be different. It has to be
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Different.
We'll be having a lot of that in the coming years.
Yeah.
And then there's also a wild card. I don't know if I should mention.
That's
I don't know if I should mention it, but okay, I'll just put the name out. I'll not talk into detail about it. But there's a project we'll be doing in 2016 with Demo
2026.
Fridays.
2026.
2026 with Demo
Taking us-
Fridays
Yeah.
called Demo League.
yeah.
So I just leave it as that.
Yeah.
Demo
Okay,
League.
sounds
Yeah.
interesting.
I just leave it at that Demo League. So if you hear demo and you hear league,
League, yeah.
Should give you an
can
idea.
add one and
Yep.
two things.
yeah, it should give you an idea. So I just leave it at Demo League. But
Yeah.
that's like one thing that will be adding up to the Demo Friday
Yeah.
franchise of events.
Yeah.
To take things to the next
To the
level.
next
But
level.
a Demo Friday in every community will be different, right? That's like one key
Beautiful,
other thing.
beautiful. So, I mean, we'll be wrapping up soon, but I want to, you should take one. Yeah, will take one then. Caleb will take one. What's been there? You mentioned someone reaching out to you, the CEO, excited about what you did in Takoradi. That's like just one, I believe. What's that reaffirming feedback you've heard from your audience that's it's like, God, I have to keep going. We are not stopping. So I want Caleb to take one, and then you also take one. What's that reaffirming feedback
will
you
be
got?
hard. For me,
One.
one will be hard.
Just one. For this one podcast sake, just
I'll
one.
do two.
Just one.
So the first one will be the first edition, right?
Yeah.
When I was inside and I saw Cecil from eCampus.
Yeah.
You
Entered
I
the
know
room.
Cecil.
And I was surprised, like,
Who is expecting this? So yeah.
What are you doing?
Like yeah. You
like,
shouldn't come this
I was
early.
excited and surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came very early. Too.
Yeah.
I was excited and surprised at the same time. And then after the event, I mean, he said something like, stuff like this used to happen in the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Back during this time when we were coming up. I think it was called Cyber Fridays or something like that. And he was very excited that we are doing things like this again.
Yeah.
I think on our last edition at Accra, we did a panel on finance and investment.
Yeah.
Most of the feedback that I got from the people who came around, people who are like building businesses,
Yeah.
like it was a very valuable section for them. Like
Yeah.
they got to first hand people who have raised money. It's not like
Yeah.
textbook knowledge,
Yeah.
like people who actually raised money
Yeah.
from YC and all of that.
Yeah.
Bare insights for you, and after that you can also interact with the person.
Yeah.
For them, like, so a game changer for them.
Yeah.
I feel like it was very valuable. Like it was very, very, very valuable. Like practical insights. If you're a master, some of those insights might not be new to you.
Yep.
But it's not everybody who gets into
Who
master.
gets
Yeah.
that? Yes, that gets
Like
opportunity.
60 people out of the whole Africa.
Yeah.
It's not everybody who gets to
Yeah.
I feel like it was very, very valuable feedback. Like that you have to push with like the topic, ensure that it suits to what like people need and what people are expecting. Maybe we'll talk about the next topic.
And I believe that was so much reaffirming to you and reassuring. So Caleb, let's take one.
I mean, for us, it's for me, it's people also seeing the value of the platform, the value of the event, the value of the showcase, and getting to hear like founders tell you that, okay, we are launching this product. We want to launch with you. We want to like we want to do this with inform you. And these are like founders probably. You want to get into their DMs to find out, but now they're telling that we are about to launch a product.
Call you to their office.
Yeah, like we are about to launch a product. We want to do it with you. We want to partner with you. We want you to be the first.
Can I use the phrase he used?
Maybe can use the phrase, no name.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to mention the name. We want to build a culture of lunch.
Yes.
In our company.
Yes.
And we want to do that with you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And even at the last demo Friday, like I had I think 2 companies tell us that like some said they are building something for developers. They want to launch it with us. Like it's into like
It's exciting
I mean,
feedback.
They should have gone to like some TV station or somewhere powerful and all that, because maybe you don't have that. No, I'm saying like that was what I would have thought. But like now these people want to do it with us. They realize that like we are connected to the right people they want, the builders and all that, and they want to build with us. And it's humbling, like some of the things like we can do even by taking simple steps and just coming together. That's why it's exciting. When we take this to like another stage,
which we are taking it.
Yeah, which we are taking it, where the ecosystem is like self-sustaining.
Yeah.
Like everything you want to launch, you don't want to get to tech crunch. You reach out to them and Building Bytes Demo Friday. You launch there. Like you want to present, you be at Demo Fridays. You are releasing new products. Like you are collaborating.
Demo Friday is the place to be.
That is the place you want to be. That is like the first podcast you want to mention your product on. Like I see that coming up, and I'm excited that people are already making a case for that even before we go out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Exciting. You see, I promise this episode is going to be exciting. And it is. And you spoke about seeing someone like, is this Cecil?
Yeah.
Yes, enter during, and you were surprised. You were not expecting
Yeah.
him. So in that light, let's talk about, these people are people who have, like, we know them in the ecosystem, we look up to them, they've done amazing things in the tech ecosystem. Let's talk about support. Let's talk about, before we wrap up, let's talk about support. What kind of support do we need when it comes to Demo Friday in terms of if people from the tech ecosystem, whether investors, to take Demo Friday to the next level?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. What kind of support do we need from the tech ecosystem?
Yeah. So I think with support, first of all, to start, I think the ecosystem has been very supportive, very supportive. Places we didn't expect, or we didn't look forward to seeing, like people supporting even from that early part. It was surprising. Like they saw the value.
Some of the support might not be like what you think is support.
Yeah.
Some is just advice. Right?
Yeah.
It's very helpful.
Not to cut you, but
Yeah,
the week we did Demo Fridays.
Yeah.
Before that, we had hosted Alex.
Yeah.
I think he gave us some advice. I don't know if you recall, but it was an advice around not making it just demos. It was just simple like that, but it really like shaped what like how you could see the program so it's not like we all come to normal.
Yeah.
I think that's one advice that fed it into bringing in the panel.
Yeah.
And, like making it like a constant thing.
Likely.
But you.
Yes. So the support has been amazing. Like some introductions, some course, like it's been so good such that sometimes you don't have to even push for it. There are recommendations like, okay, what do you think if we could do this for you, or if we could have this person, or you could talk to this person. It brings more people in, and another support has been people who even come to, like, these are like top people in the industry or in the ecosystem that attend our events, that participate, that comments on our thing, that shout. It's like and these people like have no stake in them, like Building Bytes or anything, but they have that sense of ownership, that supporting, and we really appreciate that. We are grateful, and look forward to more support from them. More support from them.
We thank the ecosystem for the support, the massive support. And before we get to our final words and inviting people, what people should look forward to at this upcoming Demo Friday.
Would they get it?
It will be on the same day.
It will be on the same day. Oh, if it's the same day I'm watching, it's good. If it's not,
okay.
It will be on the same day.
Yeah.
So before we wrap up, we'll do a quick fire quiz.
Yeah.
Then we wrap up the session
We'll talk about this the same day one. Like, what's happening?
What's happening?
We'll come to
We'll
that.
come to Okay, that. so
if
yeah,
I come in
definitely,
this-
we'll come
okay.
to that. We will come to that. We will come to that.
Yeah.
We will come to that.
Yeah.
I'll give you all like 1-2 minutes to do your thing before we
Okay.
wrap up. So,
Okay.
stating AI in pitch decks, game changer or just vibes?
Game changer.
Game changer. Okay, so Yao, pitching with AI generated decks, game changer or just vibes?
Vibes.
It's just vibes. Why?
Get the designer to design a thing, please. It's
Yes, I mean
It's vibes.
that can be at the end, but I used some recently to generate a pitch deck, but I gave it much context, and I was amazed.
So is it just vibes
Like,
or game changer?
It was a game changer. All I had to do is now.
vibes.
No, I understand.
Y'all say it's vibes,
I understand the vibes of it because now you need a designer to touch it up. But the initial content, it will take some time to do, even just create slides.
If it's version 1 for
Yeah, version
internal
1.
communication, fine.
Yeah, like version
As I send to
1.
an investor, please
Yeah,
get
maybe
the
you
design.
definitely have to improve it. Yeah,
Okay,
but version
so
1 is
the
good.
opinions vary separate. So
Yeah.
joining accelerator or incubators in Ghana, game changer or just vibes?
It depends.
Depends on accelerator, honestly.
It
Depends on
depends.
accelerator.
Who mentioning him here?
Oh, we'll mention it.
It depends.
If you are going to mess, you are safe.
Hey!
I mean, once it's a positive
If you are going
name
to
mentioning,
if you are
you're
going to
safe.
KIC, yeah,
You're
that's a
safe.
good one.
If you are going to Best and KIC, I'll vouch for them. The rest,
Not there
please
is.
check before you go.
Oh, some there are other good ones.
Other
Yeah,
ones.
maybe they're not really like tech focused, but
If
they
you
are
are going to Stanbic Women something.
yeah,
Yeah,
incubator,
the
yeah,
women incubator
yeah.
program.
I mean, the Ghana Climate
going
Innovation
to
Center
KIC,
it's
they are
good. Like KIC,
But there's
it's
some other
good.
ones, please don't go. Don't waste your time.
So it's not all the ones we didn't mention the name that
You
they are
said
bad.
that, no, you said you're bad. You're
They
comment,
say-
yes.
Yeah, so disclaimer.
Put that
Don't waste
disclaimer
your time.
out.
All those,
exactly.
we don't know all of them. That's why maybe I've not mentioned your name.
don't
I
go.
believe you're having a good incubator. We encourage you continue doing your good work. If you are bad too, or if our challenges change and just be better, we believe you.
Some of them do not change, please.
Okay, so venture funding for MVPs, game changer or just vibes?
Does that still happen?
Oh,
Yeah, like
Does that still happen?
Hey, vibes.
there's vibes there. Okay, so so the final one, going to every single, of course, going to every single demo Friday, worth it or waste of time? I
So
mean,
it's totally worth it. Man, it's total. I've been to every single demo Friday.
yeah.
And
Though I might not experience all of it, but I think it's totally worth it.
you always come out with like some
Yeah.
another thought, another inspiration. Like, are people doing these things here? I mean, the last demo Friday in Accra.
It was mind opening. Like it was
What?
really,
Amazing.
really
I mean, some of the products were just like,
Mind blowing.
wow, and I've not heard of this. Like, you've not seen it anywhere.
So
It's amazing.
It's
amazing.
definitely
It's worth it.
worth it.
It's
So
worth it.
Caleb and Yao, I'm giving you guys 2 minutes max or even less to talk about what they should look
on our
forward
own
to.
show.
Yes, you are my guest today.
Wow.
You are the guest.
Now they're giving us time.
Yes. So please, what should we look forward? I'm excited. I believe the
Yeah.
team is excited. We
Yeah.
are looking forward to it. So what should the audience look forward to?
I think for me, look forward to like interesting stuff. This is our first like AI demo Friday, and we had to carefully select the startups demoing and the panel, and I mean the speakers on the panel.
The creation of the panel.
Yeah, it's it's like a special pack, man.
Yeah.
You can't miss it. If you're in Accra, you're thinking of AI, or you're in Africa, or anywhere in the world, you're thinking of AI in Ghana, like you should be there. You should be there. I don't want to say much. Me now, I have too much to say.
Yeah.
So I think this demo Friday is a statement demo Friday for us.
Yeah.
Right?
I like that.
So
Statement demo Friday.
this is a different demo Friday.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want to give a lot of that, but this is like
Yeah.
a statement demo Friday.
Yeah.
We are 1 year, and like we cherish that level that we got into.
Yeah.
It really means a lot to us.
Yeah.
So we are investing that energy, a lot of energy into it, right? So there'll be a lot of things that probably you've not seen on a typical demo Friday that you see there.
Yeah.
And then to the panel, I think like this one very important. Is that something like very important?
Very special.
Very special, very
Well
special
created.
panel, well created.
Yeah.
So in the creation of the panel,
Aish.
you had to involve like 2 CEOs
Yeah.
of 2 leading companies.
Yeah.
Wow.
They had to like recommend, so talk
Yeah.
to this guy, talk to
Wow.
that guy.
Yeah.
So we
Definitely
can
giving
see
the
like the
best.
importance,
Yeah.
like the relevance of the conversation that we're going to have.
Yeah.
And, like real use cases of AI
Yeah.
in our ecosystem. So
Yeah.
like AI sounds like it's a Silicon Valley thing.
Yeah.
It's like something Keza is doing.
Yeah.
It's like something X and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But companies here in Ghana are using AI for like things that you and I don't really know. But let's come and learn about how they are doing it.
Yeah.
For the people who are leading that charge, right?
Yeah.
So there'll be a lot of that at Demo
Beautiful,
Fridays.
beautiful. So if you've been to any Demo Friday, you should know that you can't miss this one. And if you've never been to any Demo Friday, you should definitely be present for this one.
Yeah.
And yes, as you know, you should subscribe, you should follow, share this podcast with someone out there, with a stakeholder in the tech ecosystem.
Yeah.
We are having exciting and insightful conversations on this platform, and you don't want to miss it. And remember, to keep staying relevant, you need to stay updated, and all that is happening here on Building Bytes.
Yeah. So I think I came across one opportunity. So the Wharton New Venture Competition for African early stage startups is open. This is a fully funded, competition for winners who participate in it. And it's open for African startups. So if you are building something interesting, something nice, apply to it. It's ending, I think, on the 1st of July or 1st of August.
Oh,
so check it out and apply to be in. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah. This is year one. But Steve Bezos will say, this is still day one.
Yeah, it's still day one.
It's still day one, so
still day one.
forget all what we've done. There's better.
But there's
stuff.
one
It's going
thing,
to be
I
bigger.
didn't mention that.
Okay.
So we are taking it to the next level.
Yeah.
Which means we need support.
Yeah.
Like, this one is financial
Yeah.
support.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're knocking on doors.
Yes.
Yes. I was
Knocking on
asking
doors.
how the support needed.
Knocking on like, a lot of doors.
Yeah.
So when we come and knock, please open.
If you have not even knocked, please send us
Please
an invite.
send
Like
us,
check
like-
up on us.
Yeah, we fly a lot of decks around.
Yeah.
After this event. Right?
Yeah.
To ensure that the next one that we are doing is not just coming from just a few people putting money together,
Yeah.
but like people that we create the experience for other people to benefit from. So we're knocking a lot of doors. So when we knock, please open. When you open, you don't just open and smile. Like show something.
Show some love. Show some love.
Nice. Thank you so much for staying with us to the end. So we see you again in our next episode. It's a wrap.
Woo.